Yo, this Chef for episode 9, creamy Tuscan salmon and shrimp, served over jasmine rice with sun-dried tomatoes and baby kale. Let's go. Onion powder, garlic powder. We got the Crasdale ground black pepper, smoked paprika. We got some roasted garlic and herb seasoning by Grill Mates, and we got some lemon pepper with salt. Also, we got baby kale right here. And we also have some basil paste, parsley paste, slap your mama seasoning, crushed red pepper, seasoning salt, farmland heavy cream. That's a pint. You want to get a pint for this recipe. And some shredded Parmesan cheese. And I made a mistake and I forgot to tell you all that you're gonna need some minced garlic. And remember our sun-dried tomatoes? I'll use the rest of those on this recipe as well. So here we go. We also have our shrimp here, peeled and deveined. And we have our salmon that we chopped up, 2 nice size cuts at the farmer's market. So we're gonna cut those up and season our salmon and our shrimp. Don't forget to pat those dry first though. Always pat your meat dry. So get your paper towel, go to work. Run that dishwater like we always say, stopbeingnasty.com, clean as you go. This right here is a rub, seasoning rub. We got the slap your mama in there, the lemon pepper in there, a tablespoon of everything except for the black pepper and seasoning salt. You want a teaspoon of both of those, and parsley flakes. There we go. We cut up our salmon right here, and this that you're about to see right here, this is the Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill method. Put the oil on the bottom of your pan here. You can get a flat cooking pan, cookie sheet. I'm using an aluminum pan. Put a little bit of olive oil down there, and I spread that across the bottom of the pan. And I took some of that seasoning rub and sprinkled it on the bottom. This method is for if you want to keep the skin on your salmon. Some people have the kind with no skin, but I have the one with the skin on it. So I put that on the bottom, and this is gonna make a crispy skin. If you choose not to make the cream sauce, you'll have a crispy skin on the bottom seasoned. So here we are sprinkling a little bit of that rub on each piece of salmon here. You want to spread that a nice amount on each piece. Be liberal, and you want to massage that into the meat, as you can see there. Get that all nice and incorporate it. Get it in on the interior parts too, the sides and everything. It's just our first round right here. Do the same for your shrimp. Not too much, just a nice amount. And you want to get that all incorporated and rubbed in and tossed around in there as well. Once again, it's Chef for creamy Tuscan salmon and shrimp. So here we are with our extra virgin olive oil from Raleigh's World. We're gonna hit each piece with a little bit, like that there. A little bit on each piece, and then massage that in. Same thing. So what I did after this was I came behind that and I added another round of seasoning, which you'll see a little bit of coming up right here. Like I said, season liberally. Put a little bit more on there, and we're pretty much ready to go as far as meat is concerned. Preheat your oven at 410 degrees. Here we are loading up. Boom, ready to go. I diced up the sun-dried tomatoes in strips. Put all those together, They'll add a sweetness to the dish. Sprinkled also about a tablespoon of flour into the shrimp. You don't want to coat it, just a little bit, and mix that up together. This will create a light crust onto the shrimp when you saute it in the pan. So trust me, you'll probably end up making them like this from now on. Just a tablespoon, mix it together. So we got our skillet here. We come with a little bit of canola oil. So just a little bit, low heat, very low heat. So here I am here adding the shrimp. You want to cook these only for a couple minutes on each side. You know, shrimp, seafood, these things don't take very long at all to cook. So as you see, got that little sizzle. You know, it should be sizzling when you add it. I hate when people put food in a cold pot, you know. So there we go. Look at that. Flipping them over right here, you know, so they can cook the other 2 minutes on the other side. You know, look at that nice pink color on them. You can see that little char, you know. Now what you want to do is remove those from the pan, add 4 tablespoons of butter right there. Let that melt and deglaze the bottom of that pot, and then hit it with some garlic. Fresh is best, but minced to save time. It's about a tablespoon of that, and you want to stir that in. Anytime you add something, always stir it in after each step. That's what you don't see here on Chef Fo, but yeah, we stir everything in. Boom. Hit that with the sun-dried tomatoes. Like I said, this is gonna add sweetness and a different texture in the dish. So you got moist and flavorful salmon, the softness of the shrimp, the sauce. That'll create a different texture and a sweetness. Here I am adding our baby kale into the mix, and you want to saute that until it starts to wilt down. So we have our butter, a little bit of oil, sun-dried tomatoes, and our baby kale sauteing in the pan. The pot is being deglazed. Boom, see that wilted down now. So now our next step is to add our pint of heavy cream, courtesy of Farmland. Send me a check. Yeah, so we're gonna add that pint up in there, stir it in, like we said before. This is a very easy recipe. Anybody can make this. It's lit too. You could do it with chicken, whatever, you know. So here we are with some Slap Your Mama seasoning. A little bit over the top goes a long way. You don't need too much. A little bit of crushed red pepper. Slap Your Mama also has a little bit of heat. You do not need too much, but we don't tell you how to season here on Chef Fo. Do your own thing. Basil paste over the top. And we come behind that with some parsley paste. You know, and I did end up adding another round of both the basil and the parsley paste into the dish. Get that all mixed in and incorporated. And at this time, once you do this, you want a low heat. You want to bring this back up to a simmer, and you want to taste it and season accordingly. So here we are with a nice liberal handful of our Parmesan cheese. Immediately move that from the eye, as you see there. I moved it from the eye, removed it from the heat, and I mixed that and incorporated that. It'll slightly thicken it, but it'll thicken it even more with the heat. So get that mixed in. You know, get that all nice and incorporated in there. And, you know, coming to the end of this here, we want to add back now our salmon pieces. Add those in one by one. You may have to move things around a bit. Or you may not, depending on how much sauce you have. There we are, adding our last piece in there. And what you want to do, you want to kind of baste this. You know, you want to kind of baste this, keep things moist, you know. So as you can see, scooping up some of that cream sauce, adding it, spreading it over the top of the salmon pieces here. And this step takes about 15 minutes is once you bring it back up to a light simmer. And then your dish is ready. So you want 30 minutes in the oven at 410 degrees on the salmon, 25 to 30 minutes. And then once you add your salmon and your shrimp back into the mix, which you'll see here, light simmer, 15 minutes, done. Look at that, look at that, look at that right there. Look at that right there. Black Diamond, that look good?
Hell yeah.
Well, there she is. You've been wondering.
Starving right now.
All right, be quiet. Okay, thanks for watching Chef Fo episode 9, creamy Tuscan salmon and shrimp. Like, share, subscribe.